fucking
Hi, my name
water
is
game.
Erica Lynn Ballard, and I solved the murder of Robert Walter Owens, who was my stepdad, and there is documentation. I've yet to find it, but I've heard that he actually adopted me when I was 3 years old, and I don't care whether he did or he didn't. He's still my dad, no matter what anybody says. And so, anyways, he was tortured and murdered by the secret society, whom stole his life insurance policies and stocks and bonds and sold them on the Egyptian black market. He left me 30,000 pieces of proof of who the secret society are. Doctors Robert Killinger, Dr. Heather Smith, Dr. Tracy Takahashi, were all part of that, along with priests of the Masonic religion. Thaddeus and Silas were up in his house. And my nephew, who was forced at gunpoint by Joel Bradford to hack into his grandpa's computer to steal his assets and stuff, from what I understand in translating in 38 different kinds of ways to get the information that I have, when my stepdad's assets were spread out 43 different directions and put into 43 foreign bank accounts, my nephew went in there and he stole the secret society's money, and it's hundreds of millions of billions of trillions of dollars. And the secret society has been running from Erica Ballard for over 4 years. Up until approximately 6 months ago, I didn't even know that I was investigating the secret society. I just knew that I solved my stepdad's death, and that other people had been affected by these doctors. And the Ubiquitous Journey is like a Dr. Kevorkian type of organization that is ran by these doctors, and they're supposed to assist people in like dying if they want to with choice, and supposed to be there to help people. Well, Ubiquitous Journey is one of the people that received money that was my stepdad's. It was $1,136,000, and I have documentation of that that's being held at the Marysville Police Department. I asked for it 5 times, and I finally filed a lawsuit against the Northwest Heritage Foundation, NHF Trust, the Snohomish County Coroner's Office, Marysville Police Department, Dick Stowing, Heather Smith, Tracy Takahashi, Robert Killinger, Joel Bradford, and a couple of my family members. That right now at this time I don't feel like I'm going to tell. Oh, but the living room and a couple other people are also on my lawsuit. Anyways, after filing that, all of a sudden the Marysville Police Department has my paperwork, and so I'm going to go back and get that. But they refused to investigate my stepdad's death and actually laughed in my face when I went there with proof of what was going on. And I believe, and I'm retyping the lawsuit because I turned in a handwritten copy, but I believe that they probably maybe want to help with that, because all I really want is police officers and anybody in corrections offices or anybody who takes care of elderly or children and doctors. I want everybody, I don't care where they are in the United States of America, to pass lie detector tests that they have nothing to do with the secret society in order to work for our governmental offices or our hospital systems. And I also asked for a 24-hour implementation of, for Americans to implement a 24-hour execution for members of the secret society, and or incarceration, and or remove them from our country immediately. And in the 30,000 pieces of proof that I got, there's a contact list and GPS that was set up by my stepdad with the doctors and priests that were leaving, coming, going from his house. And so the contact list was Ponjulie at Outlook, Gmail, Yahoo, I'm not sure. But I have known all along through my investigation that somebody out there knew what I was doing. And so I knew that my stepdad had a few allies. And so along the way, I actually, I got high today, but it's only the 11th time in 9 months. And I actually got high 5 days straight in a row to investigate the things that I did. And because I have a thinking problem, I thought better, and I could study longer and harder that way. And so anyway, I'd sleep for 1 or 2 days, and then I'd get up and I'd do it 5 days again. And I did that for at least 3 years straight. The National Heritage Foundation has been sued hundreds of thousands of times out of this country. 13,000 needless deaths in 3 hospitals, 5 years. That's murder. Selling of human tissue to pharmaceutical companies, brainwashing and torture. And I call it brain torture what they've done to me. I've lived through my sister's death in at least 12 different ways at 12 different times. It was very traumatic for me and very real, and luckily she's still alive. And one of my best friends in 9 different ways, and it's very real to me. Luckily, I can say that they have tapped to me. I'm psychic and telepathic, medium, clairvoyant, and I just have gifts this way. I've dreamed things that happened 20 times overnight. When my best friend came up missing 19 years ago, Lisa Sledge, I'm the first one that knew it. And people who know me, Erica Lynn Ballard, know that I possess these gifts. And so anyway, FBI agents and CIA from people all around the United States and possibly around the world were able to tap in and help me while I was being tortured through my brain. And I believe in myself enough to know that I believe in these people. And it's a big difference between hearing voices in your mind that are very traumatizing and lying and hurtful and trying to confuse a person and drive them crazy, because that's what they did to me, than between carrying on a conversation with some very good people that pump me up and tell me, good job, and on a daily basis. They've helped me, and they've helped train my brain back, and they've saved my life, actually. Anyways, like in the lawsuit that I took pictures of and posted on my Facebook here, it does say that I'm suing the Marysville Police Department, but all I really want from the Marysville Police Department is to recognize the fact that I am an excellent investigator. If not, from what I understand by the people who I'm connected to, I am the best investigator the world has ever seen, and I have done something the world has never done, and the information was left for me by my dad, and all I did was investigate it and translate it in 38 different kinds of ways. But I do need the public to believe me and stuff. But what I want to say about the Marysville Police Department is I just want them to recognize the fact that I've done this, not laugh in my face, give me the opportunity and the right to own my own business, which is Illegitimate Investigations by Erica. I want them to take off the trespassing order that I believe was put on by an officer from Marysville Police Department, because our governmental offices are infiltrated by people from the secret society. They tried to keep me from picking up my own son from school and have trespassed me from his school. And from what I understand, being the job that I've done for the United States of America, it absolutely makes me the most important woman in the world. And as you could imagine, it's worth some money. And my son, both of my kids mean a lot to me, but my son is a absolute target. And from what I understand, they would like to kidnap him. And so I'm not allowed to pick up my own son from school, and so I put Sergeant Strickland from the Marysville Police Department on his card that I dropped off the day after, because I was escorted off the school ground from even trying to fill out his emergency card. Wendy Church, Mel Sheldon, my daughter Morgan Ballard, and I didn't put Dave Connell on there, but Dave Connell is absolutely allowed to pick up my son. He picks him up from school every day and brings him to school, and he's a very good family friend. Anyways, I know that Dave is a target by them, and my son and my daughter are a target, and being brainwashed and tortured in my brain, the ways that I've told you, they also on a continuous basis threaten my children and their lives. My life is always threatened, and I keep on going with my investigation regardless. And I don't mean to put my children on the line. Even God had never understood how he could technically sacrifice his own son for people of the world. And technically, I feel like this is what I've done, because I know that I put my life on the line, and that's my choice. But as far as putting my children on the line, that's where, finally I'm going to draw the line, because, excuse me, but no motherfucker is going to keep me away from picking up my son from school. There's no reason why I can't. So, please, you need to make admissible, first of all, lie detector tests in the court. And all members of the secret society, which are part of our governmental officer hospital systems, need to be out of here, like in whichever way possible.
I need to regain the faith in the judicial system.
Yeah, and in America. But my son, his name is Alexander Anthony Mansura, and my daughter's name is Morgan Jelan Ballard. And if you don't mind, America, keeping my children safe, I did erase all my children and my friends off of my Facebook. I have 43 extra and 57 grandchildren. And I added thousands of murderers. So I have so much information, and the government does have the contact list of the secret society. I did catch bank robbers the day after Christmas in Marysville, Washington, robbing Wells Fargo. The ballsiest bitch you'll ever meet. They were in the drive-through Wells Fargo in Marysville, Washington, in the Safeway shopping center, and one guy was there first, and he had the door open to the bank machine, and here comes another guy, and I'm walking along, and I'm just watching him, and he's real nervous, and I check people out. You know, it's what I do. And anyways, I walked right up behind their cars as they're robbing the bank machine. You don't see very well, but I bent over right in front of them, and I looked at their license plate numbers. And I do believe in the fact that I'm psychically and telepathically connected to good people, and I didn't write down those license plate numbers, but I'm sure they can pull them off the camera for the day after Christmas in Marysville, Washington, the Safeway Shopping Center, Wells Fargo. And they seen me doing that, you know, and I walked away. And anyway, in that same day, I also went and I checked on local business owners, because what I've learned about the secret society is that they actually, well, first of all, I believe they sacrifice people probably in their homes from Halloween to at least Christmas. And when my stepdad was tortured out of his life insurance policy and stuff, and I know he was used as a sacrifice, one of their favorite sacrificing days is Christmas Eve. And I was out of jail before Christmas 4 days, and in the 4-day period, I heard at least 500 or 600 gunshots in our area, and in Linwood. There, what was I going to say about that? Anyways, I'm going to take a break for a second, but I need the world to know these things, and yep, you might be part of the secret society neither. If you're still on my Facebook, I hope you see this, and you know, we are protected by the Third Eye Gun and the United States government, and I am important. I'm a Canadian government official. I qualify for FBI, CIA, secret spy, special agent, and I'm a very important person in many other countries, and they know who I am. I've spread my story through from Canada all the way down to Olympia, and I've written to every single governmental office there is. I've been into the state capitol and left documentation. I've been to two Secretary of State's offices. I've been to an office and dropped off my documentation that's got thousands of governmental offices in there. I've written to the stars and to Hollywood, and I've spread my story to 179,000 people that way, and I talk to people on the streets because the news is too afraid to tell my story. And so I know half of the world knows who Erica Lynn Ballard is today, and I do talk to a lot of people in person. It's an everyday battle for me. But I need the other half of the world to know who I am. And so I did erase my kids and my friends off my Facebook and add thousands of murderers. And if you're on here, possibility is you're already dead. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this posted for a little while, and then I might take them off because I want to have my kids back here. So have a nice day and stay tuned for more.
The only thing I can say, like, with